The New York Mets are on the air this afternoon from Shea Stadium. The Mets can sweep the Arizona Diamondbacks with a victory. But if that happens, the sweep will be well earned. The Mets will have to beat Randy Johnson. He's 11-10. New York sends out Steve Traxel. He is 10-8. The Mets won here last night 4-3, playing through a steady light rain. But the skies are fighting to clear up, and we are set for Game 3. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the ballpark. Dave O'Brien along with Hall of Famer Tom Seaver. And Tom, today, the Mets place Kaz Matsui on the 15-day disabled list. Jose Reyes is already on the DL, and that means some middle infielders like Wilson Delgado and Danny Garcia getting a chance to play. Garcia had a big Friday night. He drove in 4 runs. He had yesterday off, and today he gets to face Randy Johnson.
Well, sometimes a manager gets to look at some players when you do have injuries, and he gets to start indeed today against Randy Johnson, 24-year-old, fourth-year pro ball player. And what did he do Friday night? Simply a 3-run home run. And he had 4 RBIs in that game, had himself an infield single, and looked pretty nifty on defense. One of the things about having injuries, you get to look at some of the other players in the organization at the major league level.
Garcia with a 3-run shot in the second inning, also an RBI single in the third. 5 home runs for him in 54 career games. Danny Garcia in the lineup. Getting to face Randy Johnson, and oh, what a treat. And how strange it is, Tom, to see Randy Johnson pitching for the team with the worst record in Major League Baseball. The trade, well, it came close either to the Yankees or the Dodgers, depending on who you believe. But I'll tell you this, when he pitches every 5th day, they're a pretty darn good ball club.
Well, he's an outstanding pitcher on his way to the Hall of Fame, a multiple Cy Young Award winner. One of the best games you ever see pitched, certainly by Randy Johnson. A perfect game against none other than the Atlanta Braves earlier this year. His 241 wins, 11-10 this year, looking for a win number 12. Earlier against the Mets out in Arizona, he was magnificent, but he was not as good as Tommy Glavine. A leadoff home run by Kaz Matsui, and it was a 1-0 ball game. Maybe the best game played by the Mets all year.
That was a perfect game for Randy Johnson against Atlanta at the age of 40. Over 4,000 career strikeouts, and as mentioned, when he toes the slab every 5th day, well, you have a chance to see greatness. And the big unit is on the mound today against the New York Mets, who are playing for a 3-game sweep over Randy Johnson's Arizona Diamondbacks when we come back.
Today's game, the Mets put Kaz Matsui on the 15-day disabled list because of those problems he's been having with his back. And because of that, the team has called up first baseman Craig Brazell from AAA Norfolk. And hey, I'll tell you what, they like this guy. He's big, 6'3", 211 pounds, and he is a power hitter. Here you can see some of the footage from his AAA games. They're hoping he can bring some of that to the majors, and we may find out later today. Although he is not in the starting lineup, we can take a look at his numbers from AAA. And they're pretty impressive. In 111 games, he has a 266 average, but look at the home runs. 21 home runs, 63 RBIs, and 19 doubles. I had a chance to talk with Craig prior to today's game. He said he's looking forward to make the most out of his opportunity. That's part of today's Newsday quote book.
Definitely probably the biggest opportunity of my life. I mean, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. Just laid up just thinking about it all night long. So, I mean, it's something I've been working for my whole life, and the day's finally come. Just got to make the most of it.
How did you find out, and what was said to you?
I was sitting on the bus getting ready to leave from Columbus, go to Indianapolis, and they came on, the trainer came on and said, manager needs to see you. Came in the office and said, you're out of here. So I said, well, where am I going? He says, you're not going down, but you're going up. So that was a great feeling.
What would you like to show while you have this opportunity?
Just to continue what I've been doing all year, to swing the bat well, and just play my position, and just do pretty much what I've been doing all year, and just try to give them a good feeling of what I can possibly help the team with.
It's maybe the hardest thing, just going out there when you get the opportunity just to relax and do what you know you're capable of doing?
That'll probably be the biggest part of it, is relaxing a little bit, because I'm still on kind of cloud 9 right now. And hopefully, I mean, it's something I don't want to come down off of.
And Craig came into the clubhouse today with a grin ear to ear, and if you notice the nameplate behind him over his shoulder there in that interview, that is his locker. He doesn't even have a nameplate yet. In fact, a lot of the guys are walking into the clubhouse today looking at him like, who is this guy? So he had to do a lot of meeting and greeting prior to today's game as well. We'll see how the Mets do. They have to face Randy Johnson. We'll be back with today's first pitch.
New York Mets baseball is being brought to you today by your New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut Lexus dealers who invite you to test drive a Lexus today by Newsday with all the local news and information you won't find anywhere else. By your Tri-State Quality Ford store with the best-selling vehicles in America. By Verizon, make progress every day. By Jeep, trail-rated capability only in a Jeep 4x4. By AM New York, New York's free daily newspaper. And by Infinity, makers of the full-size QX56. Back at Shea Stadium, Dave O'Brien and Tom Seaver with you, and your local Jeep dealers bring our Spanish viewers the chance to enjoy today's telecast in Espanol. Great to have you along on a Sunday as the Mets conclude this 3-game series and the homestand against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Steve Traxel bidding for a 3-game sweep here. He comes in 10-8. The starting lineup for Arizona brought to you by your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Quentin McCracken is in left with Alex Cintron at short. Scott Harrison had 3 hits last night. He's at second base. Then it's Hillenbrand, Tracy, and Luis Torreiro, very gifted, but at times troubled center fielder. Doug DeVore is in right field. Rito the catcher. Randy Johnson is the pitcher. And that means Steve Traxel has to turn in a terrific effort. He has a .238 ERA pitching at Shea Stadium.
33-year-old Steve Traxel, 6'4", 205, making his 25th start of the year. In his 11th year in the big leagues, you see his numbers 10-8, 3.6 earned run average. He averages about 6 innings pitched per start. In the 148 innings pitched, he's given up 145 hits and 62 walks, along with 87 strikeouts. Take a second to look at the defense, brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. In the outfield, Gerald Williams, Mike Cameron, and Richard Hidalgo left field to right field. The infield, David Wright and Joe McEwey on the left side at third and short. Danny Garcia at second base today. Todd Zeal to start against the left-hander Randy Johnson. And Jason Phillips does the catching for Steve Traxel.
Well, some big gray clouds kind of hovering overhead, but no rain, at least at the moment. They're telling us it's moving on by. That looks a little ominous, but actually the left side of the ballpark, it's fighting to clear and starting to clear pretty rapidly. A pleasure to be with you on a Sunday afternoon. The Mets in Arizona. Arizona has lost 9 in a row. The Mets are trying to continue the winning streak and run it to 4 straight. Quentin McCracken settling in against Traxel. He's coming off a 7-3 win over the Houston Astros. Well-pitched game 5 days ago. His first offering, high ball 1, and we are underway. Be watching the scoreboard for you today. Cleveland and Minnesota underway in the American League. And one of the terrific evolving stories is the Indians' drive for first place. Allen ripped toward the alley, but Cameron on the move, reaches up and he plucks it away. He steals a double from Quentin McCracken. A sinking line drive was also slicing toward left field. Cameron filling the alley.
Full extension to be able to pull that ball down. Cameron with great speed, got a good jump on that ball, covers a lot of ground.